Hello everyone, TimeToGrind here, and today I wanted to finally, after quite a while, make another video. I decided, you know what, it's time to make a video, and that's that. Pretty much, I don't want to make a whole video apologizing for not making videos for a while. I've already done that, people already do that, whatever. I've had some reasons, I've just been lazy, busy, whatever it is. But in the last month, I've actually been trying to work on a specific video talking about digital card games. And believe it or not, every time I have the video in a almost finished state, something new comes out or I want to change the way I was talking about digital card games. So if you click this video, you know we're talking about digital card games today. And in particular, MTG Arena, which just got announced like a couple days ago. And that's why this whole video I am re-recording, kind of talking about a different topic almost. So pretty much what I was wanting to talk about a while ago when I was working on videos, you know, or this kind of similar video, was mainly just about Hearthstone and why it's so large compared to every other card game, and why no other digital card games can really become, you know, none of them have become as popular as Hearthstone. And I was, you know, saying, hey, Gwent, you know, that new card game in beta is really, really popular. And I was saying Eternal came out of beta, it's, you know, getting more popular. But that's more just like a list. And I after all of that happened, I realized I wanted to talk about the, you know, topic a little bit differently, and then MTG Arena came out. So pretty much, I'm kind of rambling right now. That is what I do. But MTG Arena, if you don't know, is Magic. They actually have their own dev team now in-house working on a digital card game. And a couple days ago, they did a hour and a half long world live stream reveal, and they showed off the game. And they had like a Moz and some other famous, I think Magic female player that's really, you know, famous. Don't really know her name. I only know Moz because Hearthstone. And they, you know, they played, and it was mainly they had the community manager and the main, I think it was like one of the lead developer people for the game, and they were interviewing them. And I just, okay, so first of all, I am a huge fan of Magic. Me and my friends kind of got into Magic, like paper Magic, around right before Khans of Tarkir started. And Khans of Tarkir, if you don't know Magic, it was a set that there were 5 different factions when the game came, or you know, when the set came out. There was like Mardu, Abzan, Jeskai, you know, and all these different things. And like Abzan was about like putting counters on your stuff, and then, you know, like some of the cards were like, oh, all of your cards with counters get, you know, Death Touch, and all your cards, you know, get this. And you know, Sultai was about like graveyard stuff, and every faction was 3 colors, because in Magic there's 5 different colors of lands and stuff. And I remember it was the most fun ever. All my friends, we would go to the comic book store and we would go buy packs, and in the packs there were these things called Fetchlands, which were a special type of land that got introduced back into Standard and Modern in that set, and they were worth like $40. And so we would open them, and we would sell those fetches if we got them to the store, you know, for like 30, 25. So we were losing a lot of money, but we didn't know better. But we used that money to buy packs, and we then, in those packs, probably found a single fetch land, so we sold the fetch land. We kept buying packs, and we all were different factions, and we were all playing. And it's some of my fondest memories, you know, especially, you know, in Magic. The problem with Magic, though, is Wizards of the Coast is very, very out of touch. Whether it's actually some higher up people in Wizards of the Coast kind of, you know, preventing the lower, you know, workers and stuff from thriving, or if it's Hasbro, because I think Hasbro bought them out a couple years ago. It could be a lot of reasons. Either way, they're not as in touch, and you can tell because the main way to play Magic, there were 2 main ways to play Magic digitally. There's Magic the Gathering Online, which is this awfully buggy, horrible, disgusting looking UI game, and all the cards actually cost like money because there's a whole trading thing. So all of the cards, like say there's like a really expensive Planeswalker in paper Magic that's $100. In Magic the Gathering Online, that card will be about like $25, $30, like real money. And so not only was it just really expensive to get into, almost like paper Magic, but the fact that it was so ugly to look at and so buggy, and you know, it was just not user beginner friendly. The other ways to play Magic was completely on the other spectrum. It was so casual. You had like the yearly release of Magic Duels, where a lot of them you couldn't even deck build. They didn't have the full rules of Magic or anything. They looked better, but they didn't look great. You know, nothing like the Hearthstone polish that we have that makes Hearthstone so popular, because of the fact that it's so enticing for, you know, casual players. It's easy to get into, to learn, you know, not necessarily like in terms of getting a competitive deck, because the payment model is really stingy, but I mean, like, in terms of a casual playing, picking it up, learning it, they can learn it very fast, and it's very appeasing. I mean, Hearthstone is honestly it is the nicest digital card game to look at. I mean, I don't think anyone can disagree about that, whether you like Hearthstone or not. And so there was not really an actual good middle ground for Magic. And right now, you know, a couple days ago, when MTG announced MTG Arena, or Magic the Gathering Arena, they gave fans pretty much like what we've been wanting for. And the reason being is it looks nice. I wouldn't say it looks as nice as Hearthstone, because Hearthstone is just leagues above everything else in terms of UI and stuff. But it's like Hearthstone, it's almost Hearthstone quality, which, as long as it's almost there, that's all you need. And on top of that, they talked so much about the fact that the game's going to have, like, they have this whole, like, engine, like a built-in, like, rule system, so, like, it can handle all these complex combos and like infinite combos, because Magic has infinite combos sometimes, you know, for a lot of decks. And they're really marketing this as, you know, we want this to be an esport, we want this game to thrive. And they pretty much only wanted, they said it was only going to be standard once the game first comes out in beta, and they might expand it. And standard pretty much is just like the most recent couple of sets. One thing is a lot of people don't really like that, because they think that they're just saying, oh, you know, if you want to play Modern or Legacy, go play MTGO, that's what that's for. And everyone's kind of thinking, well, you've pretty much, in almost every way, created a better version of MTGO. Like, and you're just not wanting to scrap it because people have invested, you know, some people have invested thousands of dollars into the game, because there's a whole trading economy, because you can trade cards. And so MTG Arena, it's going to be like Hearthstone. You can earn all the cards, like, you don't have to buy them like MTG, like, you know, Magic the Gathering Online. Like, you can earn them in-game, like, you know, with currency and stuff like that. I know in MTGO you can technically earn packs, over time, but it's like actually like 50 times harder than in Hearthstone. And there's nothing like pity timers or anything like that. And the thing is MTG Arena was like, when it got announced, people were praising it. People were like, oh my god, this is what we want, myself included. I'm actually unbelievably hyped, because I'm such a fan of digital card games. The only problem is I can't really find which one I want to invest 100% of my time in. I've been juggling Gwent, I've been juggling Eternal, I've been getting a little bit back into Hearthstone. And a lot of people, as of right now anyways, kind of have this like bad stigma when they think of digital card games, because of the fact of that, you know, they think of card games like Hearthstone in terms of, once you actually know how expensive it actually is, you got to be spending $100, $200, $300 every year to stay even semi-competitive. And there was actually a time a little earlier ago when I was going to make this topic again. I was going to make it over Dota's card game that they announced called Artifact. And they announced it at the huge Dota 2 Internationals, and it was like, oh, Artifact, you know, it showed up on the screen, and everyone was like, oh, what is that? And then it said a Dota card game, and you could just hear the entire crowd just like groaning, like they were, I mean, like you could audibly tell, like it was 100%, not 100%, it was practically 100% of the entire audience just groaning in succession, because they don't want a card game. And I mean, that might have something to do with the fact that, you know, Valve, after not making a game in so long, like a new game, they're making a card game. They're dipping into the market that can just milk people's money better than any other card game. Or not card game, game mode. Not game mode, game genre. That's the word. And so there's like a kind of a bad stigma going on with a lot of card games, because of the fact that how You know, I know card games, they are pay to win. You know, some people might defend it because they are a card game, but, you know, I have super strict rules for what I declare pay to win. And I mean, I'll admit it, Hearthstone, every single card game like that is pay to win in my book. Just because if two people start playing at the exact same time, and they both are the same skill level, if one person just dumps $100 in at the beginning and then they verse each other, person with the money is gonna, you know, come out triumphant, obviously. But MTG Arena wasn't, everyone didn't, you know, kind of hate it because of the bad stigma on card games. Everyone was like applauding it. You know, I've heard a bunch of people in the Magic community praising it. I've heard a bunch of people just in the general gaming and digital card game, you know, communities praising it. And the reason why is MTG Arena, what it comes down to is it's Magic the Gathering. It is one of the very first card game, like, you know, collectible card games that has become popular. It's still super popular, and there's a lot of reason for it. You know, everyone has good memories of it. It's pretty balanced. You know, Wizards does make some mistakes. They're getting a little better. But it's one of the best card games ever. And I feel like the problem is there's never been an actual accessible perfect way to play Magic the Gathering online in a digital format until now. Obviously, it isn't, you know, it hasn't even started in closed beta yet. If you do sign up with your closed beta, there's a couple or you can get like priority access. One is if you have a DCI number, which is just kind of like an ID for like entering in Magic tournaments, and you attend a Ixalan pre-release, which is the new set. You'll get priority access. If you link like your old Magic Duels account, you'll get priority access. And then also, I think if you do like a pre-release for Ixalan and MTGO. So I'll have in the description below if you guys want to sign up for the beta. You know, but in this video, I kind of wanted to just quickly discuss, you know, what I thought about MTG Arena and why I think people didn't hate the announcement of it as much as they did things like, you know, Artifact, the Dota card game. And I think it is one of those things where it's like, whoever's the biggest just gets a pass. You know, like a lot of companies, a lot of people, they just can straight up get, you know, free passes for things where a lot of people aren't willing to let it slide for someone else. Like, even if MTG Arena turns out to be super grindy, like even more grindy than Hearthstone, people will still play it. There will still be a huge player base because of the fact that it's Magic. Magic is the anomaly. As long as they make a decent client that's updated decently and it has all the, you know, rules of Magic and everything, and it's, you know, decently accessible, which as of right now, that's what it seems like this is going to be. Magic is going to be the exception, and I mean, they can do whatever they want. I hope. Obviously, it's, you know, beginner friendly in terms of the payment model, more like Gwent and Eternal, the two more recent card games that I've been enjoying, because those are super, super, super player friendly, giving people stuff all the time, and just being more generous with the currency. So I hope Magic's like that, but if they aren't, and if the client is still good, no, it's not going to matter, because MTG is just such a popular behemoth of a game, that, I mean, even I will happily be able to play it, or, you know, as long as it's good, because what it comes down to is, like I've just been saying, it's just Magic in a digital format, and that's all anyone's been asking for. And yeah, that's kind of just where I want to end today's video. Just wanted to talk to you guys about MTG Arena, what I thought about it, why I think it, you know, got a pass, or, you know, is getting a pass, and hopefully it's good in the future. But if you enjoyed this video, then consider leaving a like down below and subscribing to see more content in the future. And if you guys want me to talk about any topics, if you guys see any like gaming news or anything you think you'd like to know what I think about it, you know, make sure to tell me in the comments, and I'll definitely take a look. But like always, guys, thanks for watching.